Hey guys, what's going on? By the end of today's live stream, you're gonna have my best working, highest converting tactics and strategies for starting conversations, which is necessary for you to be getting all the leads that you're wanting. Let's update this and let's just hop in because the Get Client students will be waiting in a little over 15 minutes. And I want this to be perfectly sized for you guys to be able to implement this and run with this from today's episode. So brevity is top of mind. Let's hop in and let's make this happen together. I hope this is finding you well. Also, I think I need to redo yesterday's intro and outro because there's a video aspect of this show now and then when it gets edited. So I need to make sure that it looks and sounds decent. Okay, I forgot I had my notes here because I typed them out while in the drive-through line at Starbucks. Got the cold brew here. If you got yours, let's take a swig and let's hop in. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeremy from whatupjeremy.com, and in today's episode, I'm going to hand you on a silver platter my best conversation starting tactics so you can steal them, implement it in your online coaching business, and have leads by the end of today. A few of you smart action takers will have leads before the end of today's episode. And I'm going to tell you exactly where you can go to grab a cheat sheet with even more conversation starting ideas, tactics, and strategies in it so that you can go and start using these to start getting leads across social media organically. No ads needed, none of that, and you'll get a taste of exactly how we operate over in the Get Clients program. Now, if you don't implement or take action, on today's episode, the first thing that happens is you're not gonna have enough leads. And when you don't have enough leads, it makes it really hard for you to have enough revenue and to have enough opportunities to be getting 3 to 5 clients every single month, which is the goal you should be aiming at if you're not there yet. And if you're already at 3 to 5 clients a month, if you don't have enough leads to get you to 3 to 5 clients a week, you stand the risk of plateauing and ending up in no man's land where you have the chances of starting to slide backwards. The second thing that happens if you don't get today's episode right is that you're gonna be sitting around expecting that people are gonna buy because you set up your pretty landing pages and you set up your checkout cart, you got your Kajabi all set up and dialed in, and you're posting and you're doing organic stuff and your link in bio is to your sales page, but no one's buying. And so what ends up happening is that you expect people to buy from you and you wind up with crickets. And that might be because you are not implementing the conversation aspect and layer of online coaching, which is absolutely necessary, never been more necessary than today's day and age here in 2023, in order to be converting people from your market, people from your audience, random strangers from the internet, in fact, into happy paying clients and helping them get the results that they are wanting. So the first thing that we need to really understand or kind of recap is a little bit of my philosophy on lead generation. And if you want my full philosophy, I need for you to go back to episode 4 right after this so you can download my mindset and methodology and just install it in your online business. The first aspect that we need to get right in order to start conversations, okay, part 1, is we have to generate interest and not worry about clicks or conversions. We are optimizing for conversation starting, not for clicks and conversions and traffic. And so an analogy that you can think about is like when you were in grade school and you had a question, what did you have to do in order to get the teacher's attention? You had to put your hand up. And that in online coaching translates perfectly over in the prospecting because think of how big of an ask it is to have someone immediately discover you and send them directly to go and buy from you. While there will be a tiny percentage of people who will fall into that and that will come your way and are ready for the solution, and you know what, you're just the right person at the right time, let's do this. The 99.99% will need to know more about you, know more about your stuff to make sure that you have the know-how, that you have the goods, and that you're the real deal. So what we want to do instead of expecting people to go and be clicking in our links is we want to be almost like chumming the waters, taken out of context. That could sound kind of weird, but we want to be putting out opportunities for our audience to engage with us. And the way we want to do that, let's tie it back to the classroom, is get them to raise their hand. And we don't need for them to be like raising their hand like, ooh, I want that. In fact, the only thing you need is the tiniest bit of interest. just a little pinky, just a little finger, okay, I'm kind of somewhat interested, is the effect that you want to create. And so the way we do this is through hand-raising posts and creating hand-raising content. And if you are posting on social media and you are not having the goal or aiming at the goal of getting people to raise their hand, just don't even post. There's no reason that you're posting for vanity, you're posting for ego. You're definitely not posting to get clients, and you're definitely not posting to impact the lives of those amazing people in your market. So the first thing we need to do is engineer all of our content to be hand-raising / conversation starting. So how might you do that? Well, at the end, you could say, DM me this word. You could say, comment this emoji if you agree. And that is now going to do amazing things in the algorithm and get more people to engage. When this comes to like an email list, this means putting out emails and content that get people to reply back that they are interested. And so we need to have hand-raising posts. And I don't have enough time here to explain how to engineer these posts, how simple and how complex some of them can be, but I have a cheat sheet for you that I'm going to tell you about at the end of today's episode that you can go and grab, along with a bunch of other resources to help you to get this right. So we need to be doing hand-raising posts, and we need to be doing them, number one, daily, and it needs to be baked into all of our content. If you want some examples on this at a high level, go to facebook.com/whatupjeremy, and you can see my profile, my Facebook profile. You can go to my business profile. You can, if you're already in the group, you can just go there and you will see how all of the content is designed to get people to be interested, and you'll see the handful or dozens or sometimes hundreds of comments underneath it. Part number one that we need to get here right in order to start more conversations is hand-raising posts. The second thing that we need to do is we need to get more people engaging from our content, or we just need to be aware that this is what we're going for. So let's build off of number one and talk about how to do this. And I'm going to give you an example that you could do right now while you're listening to this, while you're on the treadmill, while you're getting your steps in, or wherever you're at the coffee shop, and you can start conversations from this. What we have to remember is our goal isn't to get the client. Our goal is to start the conversation. There are steps in between here and getting them to be a client, and the majority of you guys are just going straight to the become a client stage. So right now what we want to do is just get them to interact with us. One of my favorite things to do that you could do right now is to open up your phone on any social media platform that has the story function and polls. So this works if there's a poll anywhere, but this works really well on stories. So like what I would want for you to do is like go to Instagram or Facebook and pop open the story camera and do a little story. And this could be with you talking into the camera, or it could just be a text on background, all right, where you're putting the text in. And what this might say is something like, which of my followers would like more leads, if we're using leads as an example. And both options we're going to put in the poll are going to be leaning in the direction of them asking you or saying, yes, I'm wanting more leads. So what you might do on the first option of the poll is say, hell yes. And in the second option of the poll, put like 3 fire emojis or put, oh yeah. So there's no negative. There's no, I'm not wanting more leads. Okay. So what this does is number one, it's going to push your story into the forefront, right, of the algorithm. So because it's going to show that people are watching it and they're engaging with it. The second thing it's going to do is give you a little pool of people to go and start conversations with to see what value you can add to them so that you can start your qualifying questions and so that you can ask them how many leads they're wanting, or you can ask them a question in conjunction to what you have on the poll. Maybe you don't help them with business stuff. So let's say you help, single moms to get their 6-pack abs back. You might say, hey moms, who's ready to get their summer bod dialed in? The first option would be, oh yeah. The second option might be the bikini emoji. And any of the moms that interact with that, you're going to reach out and say, hey, Lisa, got your vote on my poll. Thanks so much. Hey, here's a podcast episode that's going to help you dial in your summer bod. Have a listen and then message me back because I have a resource guide if it's helpful that will help you take it to the next level. Sound good? And now Lisa just interacted on your poll, maybe never interacted with you ever before, and you just went in and didn't go and sell her. You gave her more value. You asked her some questions on what's going on, and now you have like your podcast or a video or a guide, a lead magnet that's going to do some of the selling and some of the advancement through the pipeline for you. And then when they message you back or when you follow up 24 hours from now, you can say, hey, Lisa, would you like some help getting your summer bod dialed in? Would you like some help getting your abs back before summer's over? And then Lisa's gonna be like, I just listened to your podcast and about 10 more episodes. Or I just watched that video you sent me. I just went through the guide. I just joined your group and oh my God, that would be awesome. What do you have in mind? And now it's just up to you to ask the right questions and to book the call, or if you sell in the DM, to get them to join your program through the DM. So the first thing we talked about already is hand-raising posts. We're not optimizing for conversion, we're optimizing for starting the conversation. That should take, if you haven't realized it yet, that should take so much pressure off of you now. Because your goal isn't to get the client from Instagram, your goal is to start the conversation, or from social media. The second thing that we need to do is we need to have tactics and strategies in our pocket ready to go at all times so that we can have conversation starting methods so that we always have convos rolling in. I've talked a lot about in episode 4 about we want leads coming in daily. Okay, so this is something you could do once or twice a week. And on that day, just from this one single little thing you're gonna do that you don't have to be on camera for, you're gonna be having a little pool of people to start conversations with, even if it's just one person. And even if you don't get one from it, because maybe you're just getting started or your social media has been stagnant, keep doing this once or twice a week. And as you build and get consistent, this will pay you dividends, I promise. Don't overlook the small stuff. If you're rolling your eyes and thinking this sounds too easy, or maybe you've done this in the past and it hasn't worked, maybe it was just the wrong time. Maybe the offer that you had there in that post, right, the abs by summer, or the get clients, or the get leads, thing, maybe you didn't dial it in enough to where it was juicy enough of an offer to take that to the next level and actually get them to interact, okay? So if you've done this before and haven't gotten results, I would say do it again, and I would say start doing it weekly. In the last episode, we talked about stopping the chase of your clients and getting them to chase you. This is the start of that, is you're putting something out there and they're coming to you, and then you're just interacting with them and adding more value. And then you can ask them that question like, are you still looking for some help, or would you like some help with this? Which takes this to thing number 3 that you can steal. And I learned this from someone you've heard me multiple times already in the few episodes of the show talk about how much I admire him. It's Dean Jackson from I Love Marketing, and him and Joe Polish. They've just been such linchpins in my journey as a business owner, as a man, as a person. And so hopefully this pays it forward to help more people even discover them. Dean Jackson invented something called the 9-word email. And so this is for you listening right now, if you're a bit more advanced and you have at least a couple hundred, if not a couple thousand subscribers on your email list, is that you're probably making really pretty draft emails with your logo and a picture of you at the bottom.